So people often get advice from random people who tell them how to reverse chronic illness. So they tell you that you need to eat this or that, and you need to take this or that. And the same goes with advice from your broke friends who tell you how you should make money. Maybe you have broke friends who tell you, oh, you should go have this job because that's gonna give you a successful career, even though they themselves don't have a success. They hate their job, you know? So this is truly why bad advice is the most costly advice in the world, because you're learning from the wrong people. Would you learn how to sing opera from Jimi Hendrix? Or how to throw a football from LeBron James? Of course not, because they're not the right people to listen to in these specific instances. So we find ourselves having conversation with a few people talking about how they not yet healed from their autoimmunity or from their chronic illness, and we started to spot similarities in their stories. So it wasn't lack of determination, it wasn't lack of will or money that was holding them back. Rather, each and every one of them had a basket of bad advice delivered by someone, and it robbed them of the courage to take action again when they already invested so much time into naturopathic visits or herbs or supplements of people promising them that it's going to help them, but it's all based on theories, not results. Or they heard it from their husbands, their wives, their doctor who never healed anyone from a chronic illness, who doesn't even believe autoimmune disease is reversible. So they listen to these naturopathic friends who tell them to take supplements for disease reversal, which never worked for them. And why would it work for you now? So people continue doing the things that are not working for them.
So we really want you to listen to this. You can't ever take advice from people who have failed at what you want to accomplish or have never done what you want to do. You might think you can learn from their mistakes, but in most cases, you simply can't. They only know how to do it wrong. And they'll put the wrong spin on any advice they will give you.
So for example, if your parents have been married like 10 times and they will give you marriage advice, it's probably not a good idea for you to take marriage advice from them because they've been divorced 10 times. You know, it's the same thing. So take the time to filter out all the bad advice that comes your way and see if the person sharing that advice is qualified to do it. So if you want to take advice on how to play tennis, get advice from someone who is a pro or who knows how to train pros. Not from a great aunt, Colleen, who has never played, but she just watched some tennis matches and then she will tell you how to do it, you know? So if you're suffering from a disease which is life-threatening, you don't want to be messing around with it and experimenting and hope that you do the right thing. You want to find the person who has done what they say they can do and they have replicated their results time over time over time. And it's replicatable. It's based on the results, not on theories, not like, oh, take this supplement, it will help you because they read some study about it. There might not even be a good study. And that's why people are not recovering from a disease because they're doing things that are based on theories. Oh, this worked for me, maybe it will work for you, but it's not based on results or science. And that's the mistake that we see people making, is because they're listening to everybody, what they should be doing, but they're not following the right person who knows what it takes to reverse a chronic illness, and they're not following it, or that's why people are still sick.
Mm-hmm. It's not just about, you also have to be able to transfer the skill set to somebody else. So it's really easy to know something, to read something online, but actually to teach somebody how to do it. So that requires time, it requires coaching. So that's why people can read a book and they still don't know what to do.
It may help them, but it doesn't mean that they know how to they're qualified to give that advice to somebody else.
Yeah, because it's really easy to make assumptions about something, because we usually, people make assumptions about a lot of different things, and
like people compare our process to Dr. Morse's process or what they already done, even though our process is something we invented. It's not something you can read about in a book
or Google it.
Or
because it's not found online. We came up with the steps,
and it's based on the results we've seen with each person. So we always constantly innovating, modifying our process, a healing process for people based on the results we see with each client. So it's not like, oh, this is the meal plan you have to do. It's modified plan based on each person that we see, and that's what really makes us successful with our clients. Every single person who has followed what we told them to do has gotten better, because it's the results and modifications and experience that we're able to take from years of experience that we have invested into learning about nutrition and autoimmunity.
All right, so we just wanted to jump on here to talk about this topic because we've been talking to a lot of people, and they just going back after we talked to them for an hour on the phone. They just go back doing things that they've been doing for years and just not working.
And thinking that magically doing something that didn't work for you will all of a sudden work for you. Magically, it's just going to happen for you, even though it hasn't worked for you for a year from now already. Or if you're thinking following the plan that was given to you, 50% is going to work for you, it's no longer going to be the plan. It's going to be a new plan. And that's why you have to make sure that the people who are giving you advice are qualified people, and they are able to get results for themselves or a multitude of others. It's replicatable in scale.